about trade union and the impact in the economy, because this is economics, not business. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, so what is trade union? It's still the same definition. I said it is an organization formed by a group of employees to protect and promote their interests. So trade union are groups that are formed by workers. If you're not a worker, if you're not an employee, you can't be part of a trade union. So you are an employee, that means you work for a company, you have a profession. So on this profession you try to find people that have the same profession as yours. You come together to protect your profession and to promote it. Oh, I'm a doctor, so I find other doctors that we can always come together to protect the job of doctors and our interest. That is what a trade union is. Do we get trade union here?
Yes.
Okay, so what are the impacts of trade union in the economy? Number one, overall labor cost will rise. Why will the overall labor cost rise? What is cost itself? Cost is the price you pay for whatever you are producing. Do you understand what cost is here? The price you have to pay for whatever you are producing in terms of goods, in terms of service. So why will the overall labor cost? Now we talk about labor cost. What is labor cost? Labor cost is the price firms do pay for employing workers. Do you understand here? The price you have to pay for you because you have a firm, because you have employed employees, because you have employed workers, whatever is going to cost you to get them working for you is your labor cost. The salary you pay to them, the benefits they get for being part of your work, for being part of your working staffs, it's what? They are all labor cost. So how will it rise with the presence of the trade union? Look at what I said here. Firms in the economy, due to the pressure of the trade union, may need to incur more cost on employees, more costs on employees, which could reduce their profits. What are we saying here? The trade union is a group that pressurize firms, they pressurize employers to do the right thing. You know, doing the right thing is expensive. Do you understand here? To do the right thing is so expensive. So the trade union will ensure that their members are protected. Not only workers, because if you are joining the trade union, you become a member of the trade union. So it is the duty of the trade union to protect you. It's the duty of the trade union to negotiate on your behalf, to ensure that life is good for you, the workplace is good for you. So in the course of doing all this, they put pressure on employers, they put pressure on those that employ workers to get everything done right. So, and this is what a cost for the firm. So when the trade union will negotiate for salary increase, the trade union will negotiate for conducive environment for workers or for their members. All these things will come with a price. So who pays this price? The firms, the companies. And when they pay this price, what happens? Their labor costs will increase. They would have had a budget, they would have had their own plan before. But now that there is a pressure from the trade union, their costs will increase. They will incur more cost. That's an advantage for you to be part of a trade union, for you to be a member in the trade union. They will negotiate on your behalf to ensure that whatever is due for you, you get it. Do we understand? So in the course of doing this, what happens to firms? Their costs continue to increase. So, and when their costs continue to increase, what happens to their profit? It falls. Because whatever they have to pay comes from the revenue they make. Do we understand the first one? So this is, when firms are unable to make more profits, they stop producing. They could be out of business. They could be out of the industry. And when they're out of the industry, production does what? Reduces. And that will be a negative impact in the society. Do we get it here?
Yes.
Okay. The second one may also lead to higher unemployment. Firms may be reluctant to employ workers in the fear that they might join the union. This could result to higher unemployment rates, which could in turn lead to lower spending and lower standard of living. Firms feel reluctant to employ workers because they know that when they employ workers, these workers could join the trade union. And when they join the trade union, the general insight of firms is that trade unions are always not on their side. Do we get it here? So they feel trade unions are not always supporting them. They feel trade unions are they are not just good for them. They make sure they increase their cost. Do we get it? So because you are a member of the trade union will support you as a member than to support your employers. The trade union will do whatever it takes for you to be happy at the detriment of the firms.
Yeah.
Do we get it here? So because of these reasons, firms might feel reluctant to employ workers. And when they don't employ workers, what happens to the society? The society will start having unemployment rate increasing. Do we get it here?
Yes.
So the fear of trade union has stopped firms from employing workers. And when firms stop employing workers, what happens? Unemployment increases.
Yeah.
And when unemployment increases, spending in that society, spending in that economy will fall. Because if I'm not employed, if I don't have a job, how will I spend money? How will I spend? What do I want to spend when I don't have? And when we can't spend, what happens to our standard of living? It falls. Our standard of living is our way of life, how we live. What we buy, what we eat, what we do. So we won't be able to manage these expenses because we don't have a job. And we don't have a job because the firms are scared to employ workers because they feel the workers will join the trade union. Do we get it here? Yes. So now we're talking about two impacts here that would affect the economy. When firms, the first one, when the labor cost increases for firms may stop production, firms may stop producing, firms may stop, they might close their shops, they might not operate anymore. And when they stop operating, what happens to production? Production of goods and services will fall. And when production of goods and services falls, what happens? There will be scarcity. So firm A stops because of the trade union, firm B stops, firm C stops. All these firms are stopping. They are leaving the industry. And when they are leaving the industry, the production in this industry will stop too. That's an impact in the society. And the second one, like I said, is what? Unemployment rate. Firms start being careful. Firms start being rigid in employers, in employing workers. They feel workers, when they employ them, they join the trade union. And workers are free to join the trade union. Companies, firms can't stop you from joining the trade union. They can't stop you. You have the right to join whichever group you feel to join, in as much as it's a legal group. Do you understand? It's your right. So because they can't stop you from joining a group, because they can't stop you from joining a trade union, but they could stop giving you a job, that is within their own power. And when they stop giving out jobs, what happens? Unemployment rate increases. And when unemployment rate increases, spending will fall. And when spending falls, what happens to standard of living? The standard of living will also fall. Do we understand here? So, why do we even talk about trade union? What is the purpose of the trade union? The first one, to protect employees' rights. So the trade union ensures that employees are not denied what is due to them. So when you are part of, so instead of saying even employees, that trade union ensures that members are not denied. Employees, that means we are talking about their members here. Do we get it? If you are not a member, the trade union might not fight for you. You have to be part of the trade union. And being part of the trade union means you have paid certain amount of money as a membership fee to make you a member. So if you are not a member, it is the duty of the trade union to ensure that your rights are not denied. We know what rights are, right? So whatever you are due to get, you get it at the right time. This is what the trade union will do for you, for being part of the trade union, for being a member. 2, to improve working conditions. The trade union ensures the workplace is conducive for employees. So the trade union ensures that wherever you work, whatever you do at that job, or whatever you do at that premises, you are comfortable doing it. Whatever you need to get, you are able to get it. You are not at high risk. You've got everything you need to carry out your job. The trade union will ensure that you are able to get it done. The trade union will ensure that your employers give you what you deserve to get the job carried out. Do we understand? The third one, to improve wage payments. The trade union ensures it negotiates to increase members' pay. So the trade union will also help you to negotiate with your employers when you want your salary to increase. Because you're a member, whenever you feel like you deserve to get more at your workplace, the trade union will negotiate on your behalf. Do we get it? The fourth one, to improve employees' benefits. The trade union doesn't only negotiate for an increase in members' payments, also it ensures that they are able to get free benefits, which could raise their income level. So, the trade union does not only negotiate because of your salary, they also negotiate for you to get benefits from your employers. Because when they only negotiate for pay rise, it might not even have a positive impact in your income. But when they negotiate for you to get more benefits will increase your revenue or your income. Because maybe they negotiate for you to have a free house or free rent, or they negotiate for your employers to pay for your rent. Instead of you paying for your rent, your employers pay. This will increase your revenue, your income. Do we get it? Maybe they negotiate for you to have free health care. So instead of you to pay for your health care, the company will pay. Because you are a member of the trade union, and the trade union have negotiate on your behalf for your employers to pay for your health care. And when they do that, it reduces your expenses. And when your expenses reduces, your income level will what? Rise. Do we get it?
Yes.
The fifth one, increase employees' participation in decision making. The trade union listens to their members and include their thoughts to policies made in the organization. So whenever you have something going through your mind, as a member of the trade union, you could put this through to the members, to the the executives, the ESCOs, the executive members of the trade union. You could put through what is in your mind to them, and in the course of their negotiation, they talk about it. Do you understand? Instead of you talking to your employers directly, whatever you have in your mind, you could tell the executives of the trade union, and in the course of their negotiation with your employers, they say it into it. They talk about it too. So you tell your members, you tell the executives your mindset, your thoughts, and in the course of their own negotiation with your employers, they say what you have said. So it's not you saying it, the trade union is saying it on your behalf.
Yes.
And when the trade union speaks, it is powerful. They take it into consideration because they put so much pressure they put so much pressures on firms. They put so much pressures on employers. Do we get that?
Yes.
What else again? So do you understand the purpose of trade union here? The purpose are also the same as what the advantages of being a member of the trade union. Is it clear? So we go on. So what happens when the trade union are unable to get what they needed to get from employers or from firms? They go into what we call industrial actions. Do we get it here? Mm-hmm. So when the trade union are unable to reach a compromise with firms, with employers, they kickstart what we call industrial actions. So what are industrial actions? These are actions taken by employees to showcase their unacceptability of employers' decisions. It is always masterminded by the trade union. So we employees, we teachers, we are not happy with the situation of things in the country. So because we have a trade union of teachers, the trade union executives could kickstart an industrial action. So when they kickstart an industrial action, what does it mean? It means that what? We will take these actions against our employers. Do we get it? So what are these type of industrial actions here? Ways to protest. They will protest. They will come up with black cards. They will say they don't want this. That's the sort of protest. So what are the type of protests they have? Number one, overtime ban. What's an overtime ban? Workers stop working after work hours or working hours. Working hours. What does this mean? Instead of me to work until 2 o'clock, normally I work till 2 o'clock. So after 2 o'clock, it's overtime for me. but I stopped doing the overtime because I am not happy with the way the employers are. I am not happy with this company. So I won't do overtime anymore. It's a way of protesting. It's a way of showcasing that I am not happy with my company. Do you understand overtime ban here? So they stop working after the working hours. And you know, working after the working hours increases the production of the company. Do you know that? Do you know that when you work after the working hours, the more you work, the more production for the firms. But when you stop overtime, it means that the firms will only get what they used to produce during the working hours. That's the sort of protest. Number 2, work to rule. Workers only carry out the function stated in their employment contract. Here, what do we talk about work to rule? It means whatever that is out of my employment contract, I will not do it. Do we get it? If I am supposed to teach maths and business, and maybe I teach maths and business, and now I'm teaching economics, but because because there is a protest, because I am part of the trade union, and there is an industrial action, based on the fact that economics is not part of my contract, I will not teach it anymore. So I will only consider teaching maths and business. I will not teach economics. This is what we call work to rule. So I will not do whatever that is out of my contractual agreement with the firm. Do we understand work to rule here? The third one, go slow. Workers will carry out their responsibilities but at a slow pace. So instead of me to use 2 hours or to spend 2 hours getting the job done, I could spend 4 hours in the same job. That's go slow. Do you understand go slow here? Yes. The job I'm supposed to do for 2 hours, I will take 4 hours to get them done. It's a sort of protest. It's a sort of industrial action. Is it clear? The fourth one, sit in. Workers will be present at workplace without functioning. I will come to the class like I am in the class, and I will sit down without teaching you. Do we get it? That's a sort of protest too. We call it sit in. You are going to be present at workplace, but you're not going to carry out the function. You're not going to be responsive for anything.
So is that a thing?
It's a protest. Sit in. We call it sitting. It's a sort of industrial action too.
Yes.
Here, you will be present at the work, but you won't do nothing. Like I'm in the class, and I will just be looking at your face. I won't teach. Do we understand sitting?
Yeah.
And the last one, strike. Workers will I think everybody knows about strike already. So workers will boycott the work premises. They won't show up at work. I won't even come at all to the workplace. I won't be here at all. I won't be present at the premises. It's different from sitting. Sitting, I will be present, but I won't be functioning. It's different from go slow. I will be present, I will carry out the job, but instead of me to spend 2 hours getting the job done, I will spend 4 hours doing the same job. Are we getting it?
Yes.
It's different from work to rule. Work to rule, I will only do what is being stated in my contractual agreement with the firm. Do we get work to rule? And the last one, overtime ban. I won't work on after 2 because I have to close at 2 o'clock, I close at 2. Overtime, I won't do. Do we understand this? So this is all about trading now. I think it's clear. Do you have any question? Okay, we can stop.